It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and we're cracking on with the best of British beer. England versus Scotland World Cup. No, it's not the World Cup, it's the Euros. Euro 2024 beer battle video. Now, it's Wednesday the 26th of June. England went through last night. I watched the game, the 0-0 draw with Slovenia, and unfortunately, in real life, Scotland have gone out of the tournament. But that doesn't mean we can't carry on with our little tournament here. So we are on beer number 9, and this is going to be an English beer. So I need to write number 9 on the back of this can, so we know. There we go. Oh, that didn't work very well. 9. That should do. And 9 on here. And this is then Freedom Premium Lager, 4% ABV from Freedom Brewery. 330 milliliter can. Nice looking can. I've had this beer a few times. Apparently it sells quite well down the south. They've got a little pocket of an area where it's sold quite regularly in different bars. Staffordshire in England, so I imagine it's very popular in Staffordshire. So, got a nice lager glass here. Let's pour the beer out into the glass, see what we get. We got a 1 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation on the beer, and it's a straw coloured looking lager. It's been out of the fridge for 5 minutes, so it's had time to warm up a little bit. Being the 26th of June, just 2 days after, or just a few days after the longest day, it's piping hot out there. So I want to be drinking this regularly cold. I want to be drinking it cold, really. It's a clear beer in the glass. There's no sediment. So let's get the aroma on the beer then. The head's dissipated quite quickly. It's quite fragrant. It's quite... It's quite hoppy, it's quite zesty, it's quite dry. There's a little bit of white pepper spice in there. Yeah, it smells okay. A little bit of crisp malt. Yeah, it smells pretty decent. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's a nice crisp. That's exactly what I want, actually. I'll tell you my circumstances in a minute, but that is just the ticket. Oh, it's fantastic. It's quite... It's quite carbonated to begin with. You get this kind of rush of carbonation that pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases all of that flavour. And then you're left... Do you know, if you drink sour beer, when you drink sour beer, you're left with this lovely, biscuity, sour finish. Starts off sour, and then but you're left off with this biscuity flavour at the end of the... When you finish tasting the beer, at the end of the beer, the end of the taste, you're left with that lovely wafer light wafer biscuit malt flavour. Well, this has it in abundance. Now, I'm sure Best of British Beer won't mind, but I've had this from Lidl in the past, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the batch that went into Lidl. I think that they produced it for every single Lidl store as part of their beer festivals that Lidl used to run years ago. And I think because they brewed it on such a big batch, I'm pretty sure, because I was looking at the beer today going, right, we got to do this Freedom Lager. And I was remembering it not being very good. I remember it being a bit farty before, but this, obviously they brewed this as a different batch. Obviously it's a different batch from the Lidl beer, because that was a few years ago, and they've improved it immensely. They really have improved this beer immensely. 4% ABV, light, crisp, refreshing, nice malt flavour coming through, a little bit of bitter hop. So it starts off lager taste, crisp taste, carbonated. Then it goes like sweet, kind of slightly like wafer malts over here, and then this little bit of bitterness on the back end. So the beer's got balance to it. 4% ABV, what market is it going for? You're probably talking Carlsberg, pinch a bit of their market, maybe a bit of Carlin, Foster's, that, you know, pinch a bit of their market. And the question is, can it? Will you pay a little bit more money for this Freedom Lager over a can of Carling or a can of Foster's? And I think arguably, if you want to drink a pretty decent lager, then the answer is yes. But that depends on you, if you want to spend a little bit more money on your lager rather than buying Carling or Foster's. So where does this sit then? Where does this sit in terms of our beer So it's beer number 9. I'm going to say it's a solid 7 out of 10. I'm going to put this down as a 7 out of 10. It's decent. It's drinkable. You can sometimes find it in supermarkets. You can order it from bestofbritishbeer.co.uk. There's a link in the description box of the video. Whether they've got any of these little champions things going on between England and Scotland, I don't know. But I'm going to review a Scottish beer next, and the Scottish beer is going to be a Loch Lomond Brewery Bonnie and Blonde Pale Ale. So that's going up against, in Group E, against Freedom Lager. So I hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.